I had a lot of fun drinking, and I had a lot of great nights, that I don't regret. But now I remember all those times, luckily, and I'm like, I'm good,
Yeah.
And I say this a lot, but I had a conversation with myself, and I really thanked my body, and also apologized to myself, and said I thanked myself for like jumping downstairs, and thank you for putting up with this crazy behavior and these toxins, like for real.
Right.
And I wasn't under the influence of anything. I was just laying in bed like, this is whack. I have like this, I'm not a very religious person, but I'm very spiritual, and I thought like this body might only be this one time. And, after all the stuff we've been lucky to live through and all these crazy near-death experiences, touring and skateboarding and almost like dying from trying a trick.
Yeah.
I was like, dang, man, maybe it's time to just take that out of the whole equation.
Right.
So,
Like that one slam in Berlin was gnarly.
oh yeah, I was talking to Guy about that slam.
Which one was that?
We were in Berlin and I was drinking
Yeah,
for
it was-
sure. And I'm not trying to
I
candy
think it was a
coat
Gang of Four star trip.
Oh.
And I was trying to fly up off of this quarter pipe onto a big extension, and we had a lot of beers, and I remember it really well. I wasn't in a blackout, but I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this launch to Smith Stall, and I hung up and I slammed on my head like to the flat.
It was,
Is it-
it was brutal.
It's in the video?
We didn't put it in the video, but we used it in other stuff.
Yeah,
We didn't put it in that 4-star video, I don't believe.
Okay.
I think it was just like you in the
In the wheelchair. or
wheelchair.
something.
Oh,
So
jeez.
the next day I said to Carol, because everybody was worried about me, concerned, and we're all self-medicating, and I'm not coding that. Like, we're all drinking, most of us. But Mike's like, yeah, you didn't, we've all seen each other skate with like 5 beers, but you didn't have your cat-like skills, is how Carol put it, So when I went to bail, yeah, because of the alcohol, my legs got tangled where maybe they wouldn't have
It
if
just came down like a sack of potatoes. Just,
yeah. Yeah, it was pretty gross. But Guy, the other day when I was skating with Guy, he brought that slam up and he goes, yeah, dude, I don't even want to try to do that.
You already started off good.
I know.
Good. I mean, the iced tea is on point. Let's try with the guy.
No, I love Guy. I love the way Guy talks. But he's like, you slammed. And I was unconscious, woke up. He's like, dude, I can't even try to do that. Too much pressure. If we weren't in the, no. But no, like I'm like out, and I'm like unconscious for a moment. And Guy's like, dude, Max Schaff diffused the whole situation. Guy's like, your finger was out and it was dislocated to the side and you woke up, like, what happened? And Max Schaff goes, you just won Moonster.
Yeah, right. No.
And I don't remember that. Now, once Guy told me, I'm like, oh, he did say that because Max is hella funny, And but it was scary, and that was really cool of Max to try to make everybody.
He said you just won Munster.
Yeah, I'm like, what? And then Guy's like, and then you like coughed out. I broke a tooth, and Guy's like, yeah, you like coughed out a tooth, and Rick pulled my finger back in the joint, and then they called the ambulance.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah,
Goodness.
And where were you on this trip?
Berlin.
Berlin.
And
And then
I-
what happened? You went to the hospital.
I went to a hospital, and it was like a Friday night. I remember apologizing to all the nurses, like, "Hey, sorry, I've been drinking." Like typical me, sorry. And I'm like self-conscious. I probably smell like fucking Hefeweizen. Yeah, that's probably what I had. Like 8 Hefeweizen or more. And I'm not glorifying that, but man, there was that on a Friday, whatever. It was a weekend night.
that was like after the demo too, wasn't it?
I don't know if we did the demo yet. We were skating.
The demo was the next day.
Yeah. So we were warming up,
Warming
having
up.
fun, and we are jet lagged. And
The
but yeah, I remember
combination.
that emergency room, Roger. There was a guy in a like military outfit. It looked like a Halloween costume, and his head was taped up, and that was crazy. But Smythe went with me.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Were you
I
done
can,
on
I can laugh now.
after that trip? You were, or after
Oh,
that
man.
fall, you were done.
I had a black eye, and no, I mean, the next day I kind of shook it off, and Rick had a little conversation with me. Like,
Oh.
are you okay? Like, we've all drank, but sometimes I have way more than everybody else. And Rick and Mike,
Yeah.
were like, where are you at, you know? And it was just really cool. I wasn't
good,
like, oh, I don't want to talk about it. I was like, yeah, man, I really got to think about what just happened. And
Yeah.
thanks for asking me, you know?
Yeah.
It's good that they
So-
were there for you too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
As you would want your teammates to be. You know
For
what I'm
sure.
saying? Like,
For sure. And just friends in general.
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
Yeah.
no doubt.
There's also that slam in New Orleans, in the pole.
Yeah. Yep.
What,
Yeah.
what is this slam now?
New Orleans.
He
I
went to
slammed-
roll into a bowl and just hung up and went straight to his face.
Oh,
Wow.
I tried to do the Ben Schroeder, one of my favorite moves. Roll into lip slide and pull it in, and I hung up. Boom. Yeah, not funny, but now I can chuckle a little
The
bit.
ones that
'cause
you're
I'm-
just not ready for,
Not
just
ready
so
for.
shocking.
Yeah, and we were drinking a lot of beer. Yeah.
Heffenweisens.
No. New Orleans? I don't know.
That was
Yeah,
probably
not a
C minuses or
Oh, yeah. C minus. Or Bush. I love Bush.
Well, at least you can look back on it, you know, and even enjoy the good times that you had,
Mm-hmm.
and even looking forward to the better times ahead. You know, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I feel lucky.
Yeah.
I feel really lucky to have walked away from a lot of those times. And
Was the Into the Bowl that wasn't in it?
it was in the
a
video.
4-star trip.
Mhm.
That was a tribe called
MapQuest.
MapQuest. Yeah,
But it didn't make it into the video.
I think
Oh,
we
you
put it in
slam.
there.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
the Berlin one was the worst though.
That's why they didn't put it in, because it probably looked crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. It
It's
was,
gnarly.
pretty
Was that
shocking.
was that by far like one of your nerves?
I think that was my worst slam
Yeah.
ever. Yeah.
Really?
hmm
Was it you or Muska that?
Well, besides, yeah, right. When I fell on my face,
Yes.
and break my tooth.
Oh, yeah.
Which one was that? The,
And I,
on the
one
hubba?
t-
No,
No,
on that
that
rail,
handrail.
San Diego rail.
This is fake tooth. Like, see this little baby tooth? I always had that.
Yeah,
even
little
since I was a
baby
little
tooth.
kid. I just left it. I could probably get it capped, but some people think that's character. It looks like I don't have a tooth,
Yeah.
but this is a fake one from yeah, right.
that fall was gnarly, dude.
Yeah, that was crazy. I tried to front blunt the handrail.
Oh, in
and-
the beginning.
Yeah, and
Right.
When I was jumping out, I wasn't faded. For my standards, like probably had like a beer. I mean, we definitely weren't wasted. Yeah. So my board, see what happened?
Oh, dude.
My board went upside down,
And you
so
landed
my
it.
foot landed on my
On-
nose,
It just slipped right out.
and then that's what happened. Yeah.
Oh, I can't watch that actually.
Yeah,
That was-
I usually can't watch that, but right
Yeah.
now for some reason
Oh.
because I don't
Not
like to
just
watch
because
it more than once.
the
It's just
whiplash.
My board did a
Yeah.
half. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then ended up being funny because Eric Costin had a Cadillac and they had the OnStar.
Mm-hmm.
So I was in San Diego. We had to find the nearest hospital.
Oh, you
so we
pressed that
found it through
OnStar.
that thing, and then we went there. And Brad was with me, and whoever else was around besides O'Mealy and probably Ty and part of me, like Carol was there, and I went to get stitches because I broke my tooth like in half, and there was like asphalt in my whatever was left.
Oh,
I know. And so they had to sew my bottom lip shut. But I remember I was like, you guys go ahead, go to 7-Eleven, whatever. I'm in the emergency room now. I'm fine. And then they found a nurse that was going to stitch me up, and they put a sheet over me and cut a hole so she could work on my lip.
Uh-huh.
And Brad comes in with this like tall boy 20-ounce beer.
he does it in the ER.
Yeah, he's like, hey, can I go see my friend? And I just hear like, and he's like, Brian. I'm like, dude, they're gonna smell that. Like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'll have some after things. But yeah, I remember that. The woman was like, my first night in the ER, the doctor made me stitch someone up. I told him I'd sewn before, but I had never stitched a human. The doctor didn't know that. So she had done like her own wedding dress. So she had to stitch a drunk guy like 300 stitches or something.
Wow.
So she's stitching my lip up, and she's like, yeah, this guy was duct taped to a gurney and wouldn't cooperate. So put more duct tape on him. And
Oh my.
but anyway, now
300 stitches.
something like, I'm not exaggerating. Yeah, she
Her first night, 300
Yeah.
stitches. Like,
and her boss,
Learn
whatever
how
you
to
would
do it real
call
fast.
that, the doctor, she's like, that's a good job. And she's like, yeah, that's the first time. He's like, I thought you said you could stitch. And she's
Wow.
like, my wedding dress. I never did a human before.
wow.
No, but that lady was obviously funny and cool, and they numbed it up.
So was that the extent of it though? Was the lost tooth and the
So I had to
stitches?
go, yeah, and then they when your tooth is broken in half, they like sand it, and then
Uh-huh.
they built this other one and put it on top.
Cap it.
Mhm. Yeah.
Huh. But it's so the slam looked worse than it was, or
It
it
was-
was pretty
I
bad
mean,
still.
That looked pretty bad.
It was
dude.
pretty bad,
pretty
but
nasty. Yeah,
pretty
like
Yeah.
but to get away with just kind of some stitches in a tooth, I mean,
broken tooth,
concussion?
pretty crappy.
Yeah, broken tooth definitely.
I always joke like I got hockey teeth. You know, as a, maybe when I'm 50, I'll like redo the grill like
Redo.
very lightly, make it like match your skin, right?
no, I'll keep the baby tooth though. I like the
okay.
baby tooth.
I want to get
Yeah,
the
yeah.
like Latino like window around it.